But don't let all these options fool you. Condoms may seem like a modern invention, but they go back thousands of years. The earliest recorded use dates to around 1350 BCE in ancient Egypt. This is when condoms were made from linen or animal hides. But the use was different. These condoms were used for protection against infections rather than birth control. Other ancient civilizations, like the Romans, used versions made from animal intestines. And in China, silk paper condoms were used with oil for lubrication. But one guy made it all too real. The first documented description of a condom came in 1564 from Italian anatomist Gabriele Falloppio. He's the same guy who gave fallopian tubes the name. He described a linen sheath tied with a ribbon to prevent venereal diseases. This was an early attempt at controlling sexual health. And the word? Well, the origin of the term condom is uncertain. But there is one story that credits Dr. John Conton. He was an 18th century British physician who allegedly provided condoms to King Charles II. Even kings need to be careful. Even Italian lover Giacomo Casanova famously used sheep intestine condoms tied with ribbons. This highlights the luxury appeal of these early prophylactics. By the Renaissance, syphilis outbreaks were a huge pain. This led to even more widespread use of linen condoms across Europe. And by the 1700s, they were defined in literature as the dried gut of a sheep, used to prevent infections. Then, a major breakthrough happened. In the 1800s, Charles Goodyear's invention of vulcanized rubber brought about a revolution. This was huge. It made condoms more flexible, durable, and affordable. In the 1800s, condoms weren't just tucked away in private, they were starting to pop up in public places. You could find them at taverns, barbershops, and pharmacies. They weren't exactly advertised as birth control, though. The Comstock Act of 1873, a strict law at the time, meant that condoms could only be promoted as a way to prevent diseases, not for family planning. Then came World War I and World War II, two periods that changed a lot about health and safety. Early on, American and British soldiers weren't given condoms because of moral concerns. But high rates of STIs among troops eventually forced a change in policy. During World War II, American soldiers were finally given condoms, along with training materials promoting safe practices. It was a big step for the military, and condoms became a standard part